Surely each of us has our own lucky stories today. I bring you the luckiest people in the world. If you want to be just as lucky, subscribe to our channel. It seems like this 18-wheeler was a bit too wide for the lane and ended up sending something extra to the opposite side. Luckily didn't hit anyone. The tree wobbled and the guy almost fell. Fortunately, he held on tight enough. This hit the ball was good, but an even luckier response from the dodge. This guy just barely dodged the truck. Maybe he shouldn't have crossed the street in such a hurry. The big truck lost control and fell. Luckily, it didn't hit any car at the red light. An acrobatic stunt that almost turned into an accident. Just an inch more, and this guy would have to bandage his head. This off-road vehicle grazed the camera guy. He still doesn't seem to know how lucky he is. Please pay attention and look carefully before crossing the road. Look at that! The snow on the mountain slope avalanche beneath him, but luckily he remains safe. In and avoid tragic accident. A man standing in the middle of intersection miraculously survived when a car collided right in front of him. Perhaps this family will celebrate the luck of this little girl. If he had been 0.1 seconds slower, a terrible accident may have occurred on that train track. This guy just did a perfect flip. Today's a very lucky day for this guy. This motorcycle is lucky. The FedEx truck was able to take him straight to heaven's door instead of just by the side of the road. This is definitely one of the cooler ways I've seen to break glass. Or is it ice? Also, I wonder where I could even get a gun like that. This driver in the white car wasn't going to let some flimsy gate get in the way of its need for speed. As the ambulance raced towards the emergency, it skillfully weaved through the narrow gap between two cars with lightning-fast reflexes. And let's see a heart-stopping moment as the daredevil cyclist narrowly avoids colliding with the unsuspecting woman standing in his path. The door swung violently towards the man, who reacted quickly, darting out of harm's way just in time to avoid being flattened by its weight. The man narrowly avoided plummeting into the open sewer below. Please be more careful when you work. As you can see, sometimes, even when you join a club, you still need luck. The collision caused the large car to fly straight towards the woman crossing the street. Fortunately, she escaped from it. A water truck almost hit a woman on the road. But fortunately, she was able to avoid that danger. This girl almost fell on the ice. Be extra careful when walking on ice. Well, luckily, the car avoids the glass. The dog became frightened when a lot of trees fell on the floor. It's dangerous. Luckily, the dog is okay. A heart-pounding situation. It's dangerous. The coach quickly rescued the boy from the floor. He should ensure to engage the handbrake when stopping the car. The vehicle should maintain a safe distance. They hastily ran away from the big wave. Everyone is safe. Her coach quickly scooped her up. The old woman crossed the road. Fortunately, the container stopped. Otherwise, I don't know what will happen. Another woman crossed the street very carelessly. Take care of your life. The two cars seem to have grazed each other, just barely escaping a collision. Luckily, no accident happened. The motorcyclist didn't know that he was so lucky. If he had gone a little slower, he would have been crushed by a pile of sand from the trailer. That's all for today. Tell us about your luck in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great videos foreign. Welcome to BNS. There are people who have escaped the hand of death in an unbelievable way thanks to their own luck. And here are some of the moments that we've rounded up. Follow us, there will be many moments that will surprise you. He was on his way to work when a mattress rushed over and made him lie on it. He seemed quite surprised and wondered, "Why am I still in bed like this?" In a building under construction, a worker almost fell because he did not have a safety belt. Fortunately, he still managed to cling to the iron bar to wait for others to come to help. And he was safe. I think I have spent a lifetime trying and never accomplished something like this. The excavator overturned and the man got out in time. This worker in red and the one in white were both lucky that this poorly constructed wall didn't end up seriously injuring them both. The helicopter propeller cut through the roof. Luckily, everyone is fine. And here is a perfect skill. The car hit the sidewalk and hit the guy walking. Luckily, he dodged it. Now it seems that it was a bit too heavy for the girl. Luckily, she didn't suffer any injuries. This video shows us the danger of helicopter blades. Luckily, this man was able to pull his hand back in time. This way we always have to be careful when walking on the streets at night. This motorbiker is definitely X Games ready. With super luck, the skilled boatman narrowly avoids colliding with another vessel in a heart-stopping moment caught on camera. I can't believe it! The man managed to catch a fish by shooting an arrow from the bridge down into the sea below. An oncoming vehicle hit a traffic sign, causing it to fly into a vehicle stopped at a nearby red light. Fortunately, there were no unfortunate accidents. 10 points for the cuteness of the bear. Backing down the car, the man almost got into an accident, but fortunately he got out in time. Thankfully, nobody got hurt due to this unexpected situation. That was so lucky. They managed to avoid a collision. Sometimes we can't predict when disaster will come upon us. And that branch had fallen just inches from their car. He managed to escape the accident as this reckless truck was driving negligently. This guy smoothly surfed through and made it without getting hurt. Wow! Luckily, he avoided getting bitten. Perhaps the driver of the green car was nodding off while driving. An aluminum billboard was blown by the wind across the street. Luckily, it didn't hurt anyone. It's an incredibly lucky point for this table tennis athlete, and he probably didn't think he would score it. Today is a very lucky day for this story. That's something nobody wants to encounter when going out of the sea, right? And this is the real-life version of Fast and Furious. A very impressive moment when a man driving a canoe tried to save a surfer from a 10-meter high wave. But they were both swallowed up by the wave. Fortunately, they both miraculously survived. Which lucky situation you were most impressed with? Please comment below to let us know. Also, please like, subscribe and turn on the bell to not miss other interesting situations from us. Thanks a lot. See you again. Welcome to BNS. There are people who do nothing but get into trouble. But there are people who, thanks to their own luck, escape the hand of death in an unbelievable way. And here are some of the moments that we've rounded up. Follow us, there will be many moments that will startle you. An airplane is flown between two motorcycles, skill or luck? This guy is on a giant wave, it's cool. The guy was dragged down by the avalanche. Fortunately, he was still calm to handle it. The driver quickly steered to avoid a collision. These two athletes made many errors during the relay club exchange. Luckily, they finally gave the sticks successfully. These women must have a sixth sense as they ran for cover as the wind picked up and started knocking over trees. Are you sure this wasn't filming for like a new airport movie or something? This is a situation that is both lucky and funny. In an incredible stroke of luck, the spectator holding his child at a baseball game manages to catch a fly ball that lands right in his hands. The sled flew around in the air and kicked down perfectly. The car passed ahead and grazed the car behind. How lucky! Almost got into an accident while on the run. Fortunately, the car just grazed and was safe. The man was hit by an out-of-control truck, but luckily he was safe. The gate door fell on the man. Luckily, he was not injured after that. The farm truck slid down and crashed into the house, causing it to collapse. Fortunately, the man had time to back up and was safe. He should be more careful or he could have started a really serious fire outside. Luckily, even though the stairs slipped and almost fell, the man still managed to keep the watch. It's unbelievable. This is really difficult to accomplish. Finally, he managed to do it. He is still safe. Some force helped these two people avoid the giant car rushing towards them. Lucky. A tree branch suddenly fell and fortunately, they noticed it in time and avoided it. This is probably the most unforgettable memory of this couple's wedding. Off-road car racing always has unexpected incidents. This snowboarder just pulled off an incredibly perfect stunt. Maybe this guy in blue has taken a kung fu class, so he has good balance skills. The big parachute was blown into his car. Luckily, he caught it. This lucky dog narrowly escaped the sharks. Maybe this girl is a professional soccer player. careful with the propeller, it can take your arm. A mechanic who showed quick reflexes to avoid crashing into oncoming cars at a destination in a race. He is really a professional. This cameraman was very calm when the car rushed to him. He even raised the camera to take pictures as if nothing had happened. What's your favorite moment? Please comment to let us know, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more great videos. We will try to make better videos, and now goodbye and see you soon. Welcome back to BNS. Today we bring you the luckiest people caught on camera. Relax with us. By watching these great upcoming videos, it might surprise you. Everything came crashing down as soon as the man entered the house. He didn't seem to know anything. Oh, my gosh. That's dangerous. Luckily, the truck didn't hit the cameraman. The sled rolled down the hill and rolled over him. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt. Luckily, no one was injured during the scary incident. Two trucks collided and sped toward the man on the sidewalk. Only luck will help him survive in this situation. Is this skill or luck? This is a beautiful scene that we can only see in movies. This girl is playing with sharks in the ocean. When you buy one egg, but get another one for free. This is something we always hope to avoid when swimming in the area. After jumping into the water, this guy was attacked by a shark. Well, luckily, he was able to swim to safety. What seemed like a normal day of traffic was interrupted by a low 18-wheeler vehicle that overturned and nearly crushed the man driving the motorbike. Fortunately, the package stopped in time, and no one was injured. Luckily, all this red truck does is a slight twist. It could have been a lot worse. Just random explosions everywhere. Lucky for this driver, it didn't happen right underneath the car. This neighborhood got an up-close and personal view of some fireworks during a holiday celebration in the fall. And pizza miraculously lands perfectly back in its box, defying gravity and leaving everyone amazed. That was pure luck. One lucky cyclist narrowly avoids being hit by a speeding car as he crosses the road unexpectedly. The truck has a perfect driving phase when moving in the narrow alley without getting scratched. And this is probably the experience that you need to avoid when participating in traffic. This driver may have mistakenly applied the gas and brake pedal. Fortunately, there were no unfortunate accidents. The trash can slipped on the road and hit the man, but fortunately he wasn't hurt by it. Oh, he's lucky he escaped the sharks. Fallen tree on the road. Fortunately, no vehicle was injured. This cyclist encounters a large bear that scares him. Thankfully, he is safe. Oh, he missed a big fish. The motorcyclist crossed the lane. Fortunately, there was no collision. This was a drift performance that went wrong and resulted in a very strong collision. But fortunately, no one was injured. This deer miraculously escaped the attack of a giant python. People say the blue whale is very docile, but sometimes it can also accidentally put you in danger by jumping out of the water like that. In this case, the whale almost collided with a small boat when it breached the surface. This next guy must have trusted his friend, and he was right. How many lucky points will you give this girl? I will give her 100 points. I don't know how this black car didn't sustain any damage, but it seemed to be in the perfect place to avoid any. What's your favorite moment? Please comment to let us know, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more great videos. We will try to make better videos, and now goodbye and see you soon. Welcome to BNS. There are people who do nothing but get into trouble. But there are people who miraculously escape death thanks to their own life. And here are a few moments that we summarize. Follow us, there will be many moments that will surprise you. This kayaker had an unexpected guest when the shark bit his paddle. Luckily, it went away and the guy is safe. The wind blew the house down. Luckily, the man got out of it safely. Well, at least there will be a pile of tires ready to help fix any problems after this crash. This woman is surprisingly like me. How does he know to catch that ball? This guy is feeling extremely lucky when he was almost hit by an out-of-control truck. Almost a big accident happened. The bus handled fast to avoid them. They should be careful when crossing the road. The lucky car escaped the danger from the overzealous elephant in a split second. A truck collapsed and the pedestrian got out of it very quickly. Luckily, no one was hurt. The knife fell from nowhere next to the man walking. Luckily, he was not injured. The motorcyclist didn't know how lucky he was when the out-of-control truck evaded him by just a few inches. This girl made 3 perfect basketball shots from 3 different positions. This guy performed a flip over a fence. Luckily, he wasn't injured. The driver dodged the cyclist crossing the road. What a heart-stopping moment. The ceiling collapses, narrowly missing the homeowner as he opens the door. And a heart-pounding moment. The fish lay still for him to catch. The next serious man skillfully kicked the spoon back to its place with his foot just in time before it hit the ground. It was a lucky moment indeed. Claps for the man's quick reflex, and he deserves 10 points of luck. Crossed the waves beautifully and had no accident. The man was lucky. Oh. Luckily, he moved out of the way and was not harmed. The man in the clip below reacted like Superman when he caught the girl before she fell from a terrible height to the ground. The lightning struck a tree, causing it to shatter into multiple pieces. Fortunately, there was no one nearby. One should be cautious when coming into contact with hot objects. Heavy rain and a metal roof is flying down the middle of the road. Luckily, did not hit anyone. A lot of trees fell as soon as he passed by. He's so lucky. The shark was very aggressive, but they were protected by a steel cage wall nearby. The car was stopped. Fortunately, no one was injured. Cool! The car passed by in the blink of an eye. Fortunately, there was no one around. Two huge trucks collided and rushed to the pedestrians. Fortunately, they were able to escape quickly. Perhaps the man playing snowboarding didn't realize that he was playing in an area where there was a road crossing. The driver in the video was almost hit by an out-of-control truck. It seems that this car is only 1 second faster than the truck to escape the crash. So what if a plane flies so close to your head? That's all for today. Tell us about your luck in the comments. Also subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Surely each of us has our own lucky stories. Today, I bring you the luckiest people in the world. If you want to be just as lucky, subscribe to our channel. The car made a sharp turn and almost hit the people standing nearby. Fortunately, no one was injured. A gust of wind caused the house to collapse. Fortunately, the guy got out in time and was not injured. Just a bro looking up for another bro's help and passing along some fruit. And here the truck was overturned and slid off the road. But fortunately, the wheels still kept the truck from falling off the cliff. Somehow, the phone caught fire, startling the repairman. Fortunately, he reacted very quickly and didn't get hurt. He loses his balance. Fortunately, the car stopped in time. Valuable lesson for this woman when she underestimated her own life when crossing the railway carelessly. This is a beautiful example of the two surfers' excellent teamwork, using their skills in perfect harmony. A truck lost its brake and crashed into a crowd of people crossing the street. Miraculously, no one was injured in the incident. A snow avalanche occurred just after this lucky snowboarder had passed through the area. A snowboarder lost control and fell about 5 meters down off a cliff. Luckily, there was a thick layer of snow below. He didn't suffer any serious injuries. This animal must have rethinked crossing the street. Thankfully, it didn't get run over by a car. The car in reverse hit the man. Luckily, it slowed down. In a breathtaking moment of skill and luck, the skydiver dared to soar just inches off the ground. In a heart-pounding moment, he finally managed to stop the truck just inches from disaster. A lightning-fast car swerves through all the vehicles on the slippery road during a heavy rain, leaving everyone out of its miraculous escape. As you have seen, courage is always necessary when you dive into the sea. The driverless motorcycle raced towards the woman. Luckily, she's safe. Thanks to the climbing rope, this man did not slip down. Very lucky. The car crashed and ran over another car on the road. A rare and lucky incident. The car fell from a high rack and almost hit the 2 men below. But fortunately, they were able to avoid it and be safe. If that car didn't stop in time, a terrible collision would have occurred. If it weren't for the sharpness of the person holding it, everything would be different. They don't know how lucky they were when the collision almost happened and brought terrible consequences. The motorcycle almost fell on top of him. Someday it grazed, and he was safe. Luckily, he was able to move out of the way before he got hit. Luckily, the people were able to run away. The woman saved the boy. So lucky. Wow! Fortunately, there were no injuries. Luckily, the bear did not chase after her. They tried to stop the vehicle, but this action was very dangerous. A truck took a turn and overturned. Fortunately, no one was injured in this multiple car accident. The tire suddenly exploded. Fortunately, no one was injured. Oh, my God! Did you see it? Lightning struck the car, but nothing seemed to happen. He did this thousands of times just to get one success. The skateboard fell right into his hand after he fell. So lucky skater or lucky skateboarder. And here we have a beautiful throw. Perfect. That's all for today. Tell us about your luck in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more great videos foreign. Welcome to BNS. There are people who do nothing but get into trouble, but there are people who miraculously escape death thanks to their own life. And here are a few moments that we summarize. Follow us, there will be many moments that will surprise you. The truck pulled over to the street vendor. Luckily, he had quick reflexes to get out of there. I wonder what this cameraman's thoughts were as he saw the snowmobile hurtling towards him in real time. A terrible landslide situation. The rock buried the car down. Luckily, the people in the car got out safely. Everything is collapsed except for the pole this guy is standing on. The driver was able to jump out of the car before the car crashed. This action saved him from going to the hospital. This guy was playing basketball and scored without looking at. He fell off the bike due to the slippery wheels. Now he should be more careful. Oh, wow. The girl has been kept from the water. If you didn't stop in time, who knows what would have happened to this snowboarder? Sharks in the ocean are always ready to attack humans. This snake crawled onto the stage and attacked the audience sitting nearby. Thankfully, the performer pulled the snake back. The forklift fell. Fortunately, the driver was able to get into the cabin and get out safely. Is this a symbol of eternal love? A concrete bar fell and broke the glass of the excavator. Fortunately, the driver was not injured. The racing car quickly made rocks fly at nearby spectators. Fortunately, no one was injured. The cyclist narrowly avoids being hit by the drifting car on the road. Luck is definitely shining down on him today. It was a heart-stopping moment that left me in awe of the rider's skill. I can't believe it can happen. What a stroke of good luck! I don't think anyone saw that coming. Two men were able to dodge a car while they were skateboarding on the road. Lucky for them. He fell from the sled, while many other cars were coming from behind. Fortunately, he was not hit by the sled. The moving truck lost a wheel on the road. Fortunately, it continued to go. The truck going in the opposite direction overturned to the other side of the road. Fortunately, no one was crushed by the truck. Well, this man must have gone home and thank God for his lucky day. Fortunately, the moose was able to make it back to this side of the road. The girl escaped death. She should observe before crossing the road. Thankfully, the car driver was alert and could narrowly escape. It's very dangerous for the rider. Hey! Whoa! It's very dangerous for the rider. Was lucky to get out alive miraculously without a scratch. The parachute of these two skydivers got tangled up in the mid-air, but they managed to quickly deploy a mini backup parachute. And their lives were not affected. Oh, yes! This man was playing with the lions, but the tiger noticed the danger from the leopard and it prevented a real tragedy. The tiger saved the man. And this is a journalist who loves his job. He almost had to go to the hospital. The wheel is just thirsty and wants a glass of cool water. If you liked the video, please click like and subscribe to our channel to watch our latest videos. And don't forget to share your lucky story below in the comments. Wishing you a day lots of luck. We will release more interesting videos. Stay tuned for it.